Okay, guys, what's up? It's your girl, Dedicated Diva. And I know you guys see the title, and I don't know how many of you guys know about this, but it was a couple that basically went through $120,000 that was accidentally put on their account by their bank. Now, I'm not sure if I can. Yes, I can. Now, the bank was BB&T Bank. Somehow it was a person came in and they put the $20,000 into their account. Somehow ended up on this couple account. Now, before I go any further, the person's money that it actually was, the bank actually did have to give it over. So they did give that person their money. But the whole story said that a couple in Pennsylvania is accused of theft after going on a shopping spree with $120,000 that was mistakenly deposited into their bank account, according to a report. Now, for one, you guys already know if you wake up and you have a bank account and all this money is on your account, the best thing that you should do, or the thing that you should do, is call the bank, because for one, you know it's not yours. You know that there is no way possible that someone is going to drop $120,000 into your account. That's just silly. And then for two, it's a paper trail to everything. It's digital, so why would you just take that? I would have turned it into the bank as soon as I possibly could. I would even went to the police department to make sure that the bank did not try to get me for anything, because it was something that they put into my account. Now, they say Robert Williams and his wife Tiffany Williams appeared in court on Tuesday after they spent 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks blowing through the money that they were accidentally given. Then they spent it on cars, bills, and a camper. Now, the husband is 36 and the wife is 35. And they said the charges were theft and receiving stolen property. Now, I believe that they would have to tweak that somewhat. For one, I don't even see how they went to jail for something like this, because they should have made some type of arrangement with the bank. It just don't make sense that charges are brought for something, for a mistake that the bank done, but that's a totally different thing. They say state police said BB&T Bank deposited the dough into the couple's account on May 31st due to a clerical error by the bank teller. But by June 19th, the pair had spent all of the money on on an SUV, two four-wheelers, and a car trailer. They also spent the money for bills, car repairs, cash and purchases, excuse me, as well as giving around $15,000 to friends. Now, let's see. It say on June the 20th, the bank contacted the wife about the mistake, and they notified her that the overdraft fees was $1,007 400. Wait, put it like this: around $107,000. That's what they let her know the overdraft fees were. And it said she told the bank that she would speak with her husband and attempted to construct a repayment agreement. But when the couple went in the dark on the bank called the police on them, basically. I think, let's see, let me read a little bit. I think that this was so ridiculous, because if the wife had already spoke to the bank and she was supposed to come up with some type of payment plan, if she had to do bankruptcy, she should have went in and actually did a payment plan with them and just went through bankruptcy, because There's no way possible, and I would have put my cards and stuff in someone else's name or just sold them back off. There is no way, for one, that you should have never spent that money in the first beginning. For two, if you actually talked to the bank, you should have made up some type of payment plan and just went from there on, because it was the bank's fault in the first beginning. The police should have never been called. I see it like whoever that bank teller was, she should never be able to work with cash ever, 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 ever again, because something has to be wrong with her. You work for a bank working with money, but you give away too much money. You put money in the wrong account. And how did they not? How don't? There's so many questions. How did she even put the wrong amount of cash in their account? I'm sure when that person came to the bank with $120,000, it's like if I walk up in a bank with $120,000 and I go home the next day or the next week and I find out it's still not on my account, you know how pissed off I would be? How are you going to put somebody else's money in someone else's account? That's ridiculous. There's no type of slips or receipt or anything that person got back when they put all that money in the bank. People really gotta start thinking when it comes to having common sense, because this whole thing should never have went that far. Whoever put that amount of money in the bank, if they didn't see that it actually went into their account, shame on them, because they should have had enough common sense to go back and check into the wife, where the bank actually called her on the phone and she was so stupid not to follow up with the bank. Shame on her. And to whoever gave them the charges of stolen property, I would get my lawyer to try to remove that charge, because it wasn't stolen property. It was given to them. Now they should be, or they should have some type of charge on saying, they didn't contact the bank back or something of that magnitude. But the whole thing where it's talking about um theft of property or something like that, that's ridiculous. I would say we live in a day and time where everything is digital. You can see your account on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer. You can make sure you have a receipt. Whoever the original person was, they should have been spoken up about it. Whoever it was at the bank should have kept contacting them more than once, because on here they just make it look like they tried to call them once or twice and that was all. They could have, gotten them served through court. It's just the whole charge thing where it's a theft in receiving stolen property. To receive stolen property, I thought it actually had to be like a thing. Like, just say for instance, if someone is out selling something they stole, like an iPhone or a phone or a computer or some shoes or something, that's receiving stolen property. And theft is when you take something that was given to them. And so I don't think those charges actually go along with everything. But this couple in Pennsylvania, I don't know what they were on, but I know they know better now.